I think I'm ready to start this up. Whether I fail or not's a different story that I'm not even worried about. You. Let's go. Live stream. I just want to make sure I'm on. Awesome. Mods. Wheel loader. Install it, whatever. Done. Back. Wheel loader. Back. Yep. Gotta wake up. There she blows. Start. Now, if your vehicle's dirty, you can wash it. Exit it. Not an accident, an exit. Ooh, it's about to pop. Harvest, weeding. Yeah, field 13, no. Negative. Black. Alrighty then. Wee. Try to get down here, get back up to like field 5 area. If I can get back up to field 5, I can pick up my combine header. This traffic really annoys me. It does. Alright, turn here. Taking the back roads. And that's exactly what I told her I was gonna do. Cruise control. Work was kind of boring tonight. Did my route a few times, got it done over. I had to deal with snowdrifts. And now, since we had our huge winter storm so far, now it's about to rain tomorrow. Snowed a little bit today, rain tomorrow. That's how our weather always is. Maybe I should save up about 400,000, just get this monstrous tractor and drive that. I don't know, maybe just pay off the damn bank, that'd be a good start. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. Backlight. Where is it? Boundered it. Black up. Look at it like a good hooker. See, it's still there too. Maybe not too damn straight, which they should have it where it snaps in, you know? I think that'd be nice. Ooh. Ooh. As I be rolling. I'm not even changing it right. Actually, I should change it, shouldn't I? So I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna change the name. Give me a second. Eight. Oh, good. Update. Wow. Change the name. Maybe if I ain't got many people watching, I'll just like redo it again in about an hour. Ooh. There goes the train. Drive me insane. Luckily it's going a lot faster than me, so I don't have to wait for the blinky red lights. I don't know. Tonight I'm just like blah, you know? Don't want to do much of anything. I think I'm just wore out because like this whole week I've been like run. And it's slowly killing me. Helping out with the fire department, that's why I wasn't on last night. Because we decided to go out and clean out fire hydrants because nobody in town knows how to do theirs, basically. Well, lacking 5 or 6 people. Woo, stay down. Yeah, lacking 5 or 6 people. The rest of the people around town, it's like, who cares about the fire hydrant? They're not important things. So there was, what, 6 of us or so that was unburying them. The saddest part is around the school, they were buried the deepest. They were, like, not even visible. So you can only imagine how bad that would be. Yeah, the school itself. Buried. Knee deep. Then some. How is the aminals? Ooh, productivity 98. Oh, that's because he's so low on the cleanliness. Alright, let's turn these on. Ooh, back up. little dirty over here. Boom. Bop. And let's pick all this up. Back up. Pull back forward. Dump it all off. See, all cleansly. Yeah, put down the bucket. And a little bit, it'll change. I don't need to see behind me, just in front. When I go to run somebody the hell over. Like this car here that's going to be turning. See, what I tell you? But this car on the other side here is going to stay straight. Are you watching? Predictable traffic. That one there's going to turn in now. Oh, these two are going to turn in. Yeah, I got a nice long run. Sucks when they only do like this speed. Stream chat, get that chat room open. Come over here, see what's up over here. Alright. I want to see what's all going on. So I was looking at a new game. Something a little bit different than what I'm usually playing. It's called Cities Skylines. I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, the last time I played a game like that was SimCity 2000. That tells you how long ago that was. I mean, other than that, I do have one game. It's what is it even called? I gotta look on my list. Transport Fever. Dun 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 dun. Send 'em. Let's see. Turn here. All by myself. Run the birds over. Eat the birds. Alrighty then. Open up. Get ready. Urge, don't pull into that field. You'll eat up that crop and it will like kill my money over. And then I'll die a slow, like whiny death. He looks fairly straight on the map. So I'm just gonna park him here. Alright, now if I hit this 8 a couple times. Get me to 5 o'clock. Okay, slow it down. Exit it. This one. Harvest Field, negative. Harvest Field, no. Don't think so. I mean, it's like a 2-second job, but I ain't got anything for corn. No, back. And let's check at 6 o'clock. "30 more seconds." See, let there be light. Knew I could do it. Yes, it's the magical powers. And get ready to slow it down. And exit it. Let's see. Harvest. Nuh-uh. And speed up. Something's gotta crack. I either gotta get this field going, or it will be time to do like another fertilizing run somewhere or something, or somewhere or something, or whatever. Ooh, crack, snap, pop. And 7 o'clock. Exit. Nothing. Let's check my fields. Ooh, I know what I can do. Tab. Drop that. Get in. Go fast. I got narrow tires on this one, so it's no problem. All I have to do is go down the hill here, grab my little weeder, how did I used to do that? Oh, they didn't have weeds and stuff before, really. Weeds really didn't matter before. Now they kinda do. Should get more into timber, but I want to get the equipment first. I want to get loans paid off. I want to get more trees out. I mean, if you look over, that's our trees type deal. See them? Those little things there are our trees. Go fast. Alright. Keep checking on them, wishing. And see. So I can see what I'm doing. Makes sense, trust me. Alright. X. Unfold. Getting low to the flow. See how easy this is? Ooh, sucks when your crops start popping up though, because it starts getting really hard to see. But yeah, you want to get rid of these, definitely. Most definitely, because it kills your harvest. Not too bad. Maybe 2 more swipes after this. Either or, I mean, as long as I keep with the soy and stuff, I should be knocking this out pretty quick. I'm honestly surprised that they don't have the, what is it, Courseplay mod yet. Ooh. If I can't get him one way, I'll get him another. Oh man, I don't think I'm really wide enough for all this. Barely. Barely. There we go. X. See how good that was? Or V. Maybe I'll get something to do those eggs. X. This one's gonna take a little bit longer, I think. V. Alright, here we go. Not doing half bad. I wish I could clean up the edges though a little bit better. Like do all that crap around the sides there. Here we go. Get this all done up. It's gonna take a few passes, but I think I got this. Ooh. Hey, what's up, viewer? On Twitch. Just trying to clean up my fields a little bit, make them a little nicer. So how's your day? Wow. I think I'm gonna get me another tractor next. Maybe just another harvester. I don't know. Oh man, I missed. Oh, so close. So close. There we go. Now to get those last two, because that will like kill me if I don't hit V. Got one. Got two. X. Now to put it back. See. Back it in all nicely and everything. Make it look all perterized. And here. Good enough. Get out of there. Climb back up the hill. Get back on top. And next thing I'm doing is hooking back up that trailer up there. I'm checking that field to make it. We'll see if it's done yet. There's 17 and all those are done. Yes, I'll be so happy. I know, maybe I should like give these a bath. I'm almost up here. And cut that wheel. Alrighty. Almost. Plug it in. Tab. Check my listing. No, not doing it. Back. Actually, check this listing too. 98. See, cattle's back up. I got a lot more manure. Tab. Ooh, yes. Now, speed it up. Wait until 8 o'clock, see what all happens. 7:30 now. Ooh, 7:45. 7:50. Is there anything to do now? Come on. Okay, 8 o'clock. Check the listing. Harvest, back. Speed it up. Go to 9. This field's got it like poof. There we go. Slow it down. Alright. 8, right? Yeah, correct. Get it. Oh, the soybeans. Just raking in the cash. Ah, how nice. Just getting all that cash now. Ooh, I can't wait. Maybe I should buy myself like a corn planter or something. But that means it'll be time to move up in life. I cannot stay with the John Deere. It's hurting my feelings to be with the John Deere. Because I said it 1,000 times before. I'm just not a John Deere green type person. I'm not the John Deere type. I'm really not. I need a New Holland. That'll make me feel better. You know what? HB. Time for me to even do this. Oh man. I need my New Holland, I really do. This is like killing me. It is, and it's like really deep down inside, I hate this. This John Deere, I really can't stand it. Sounds screwed up, don't it? I know it sounds really screwed up, but I'm glad that they brought John Deere in. I really am. New Holland's 10 times more versatile for me. It hauls more, it's bigger, it can haul its own like header behind it. I don't have to like grab something else because the header trailer is too small. You know, I'm gonna go and grab me my New Holland. My big 1090. Because honestly, I just can't stand this. I can haul my own header. I have the better folding, you know, for like corn and everything like that. I gotta go with like New Holland. At least I can say that I gave John Deere a fair trial. You know, I grabbed a combine, I grabbed the, you know, tractor. I mean, maybe another tractor can even be better, whatever, I don't care. I'll try a bigger tractor later on, but for right now, I just can't do it. It's just way too much. Too much mental stress. But you can't say I never tried. It's just time for me to go to the yellow. Yellow and blue. Oh. I'll just clean these fields up without a problem. We'll admit one nice part though. I am really starting to clean these up. And go H C. Oh, I gotta get rid of the case too. I'm going with the blue. He's almost full and I cannot go into there to get him. I have to actually pull him out. That's the problem with that. Be nice if we had an auger on this side, you know? I'll just do clean up when it's done and over. And I got 4 fields. I'll get this filled twice at least to fill it all the way up. Hopefully soy is a good price when I go to sell it. Either that or I have to hold on to it. And that would suck. Ooh. They need to have a form of horseplay. Tab H. H down higher. B. Because I'm back. Yes, I am. Ooh. I just wanted to keep him running while I emptied him off. That's mainly all I wanted that for. Now it's time for me to collect from everywhere else. I think I'll do this alright. Hey, what's up everybody on Twitch? Had to double check. Running partially on stupid today. Don't worry, I'll get it. think I'll survive from it. Trust me, it just take a minute. Usually it's YouTube that I get all the people on. Tonight it's been Twitch. I'm like surprised. And like kinda hurt too. Yeah, it's usually YouTube that everybody pops up on. They're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, what's up? We have this nice little conversation, and then it's like Twitch is usually dead for me. But tonight I actually got a couple people. Well, a couple's better than none. Well, move right back down. Ooh. Alright, now double check on this field. Tap that B. I want to get all that I can. Every penny counts. Every penny now. And I guess I got it all. Alright. Drop it down and get the next one. Yeah, I might turn this all into one big field this time. Make it easy. Get it all at once. Ooh. Just keep going with it, it'll be alright. Hey, I actually got somebody back on YouTube. Huh. Impressive. It's like a fluctuation back and forth. 1 minute I got YouTube, next minute I have Twitch. Then I have YouTube, then back to Twitch. I kind of think it's amusing. I can't speak for anybody else. And as soon as I can knock out all these fields, I'll be doing alright. Because then I'm going to turn around and put them all as one. I'm not even lifting that up. Too much work. Wish I could get rid of those trees and shrubs and crap like that out of here too. That stuff's annoying. So the other day the wife found out she can actually hear herself when she yells at the kids on my video. I think that's funny. I found a lot of entertainment out of it. She's like, I didn't know that I was that loud. I'm like, yeah, you are. She's like, oh. Well, they should have been doing what I asked them to do in the first place. I'm like, yeah, they should have. And it was just one of those like little comical, like back and forth little conversations that we had. Oh, and I have to admit, I was happy with my wife last night when we were out doing all the fire hydrants and everything. I was letting her drive my truck. I know it's a rare thing. She knows it's a rare thing. But she was happy. She did her first donuts. That's a congratulations. She's like, how do I do this? I'm like, cut the wheel really hard and just touch the gas pedal right there for real quick. Gotta have a little bit of fun when you're, you know, out working. If you take everything seriously all the time, you'll get nowhere in life. And B. And O. And unload. I'm gonna fill up this trailer almost all the way. Are we done? Alright. Now go field 16 over here. And Urch. I actually have the pattern going back and forth, so I need to set up for that. And H higher. Make sure he starts. There we go. And tab. Ooh, I had a two. Go down, dump off. The road's right over here somewhere. Is that it? Yeah, that looks good. And down the hill. Ooh. It would be nice though if I could sell out, you know. And get rid of this harvester. I think I'd be a lot happier. Get rid of the harvester, the whole setup. Buy me both headers for the 1090. You know, the corn header plus the regular one for then turn around and be like, hey, I got all this, I'm good. Get rid of these with this tractor here. Give me like a T8 or something like that, T7. Come on, pop it up. Boom. Then just start moving up in progression from there, because, I mean, with that there, it'd be nothing to empty, reload, whatever, real quick. And the quicker I can do everything, the cheaper it usually is. The cheaper everything is, the more I save money. The more I can save money, well, the better, ain't it? Climb back up Fairy Mountain here. But I want to get all these fields plowed together as one, as my first step. Actually, first step's selling this crap. Sell this tractor too, maybe. Depends on how much money I have after said and done. Which mode are you playing? Oh, the one where everything's all pre-built, that easiest mode, just for the fun of it. I mean, I figure I was doing it to more or less explain to some of my viewers how the game is played. Because I was talking to somebody in another game, I don't even know if I recorded it down or whatever, and he was wondering about Farm Simulator or whatever. So I said, okay, well, here, I'll just jump onto it, start recording out videos to show you all about it. He's like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, alright. So I put this in the easiest mode so I can gain money the fastest. And I was showing him how everything's done step by step on how to get all the tractors and everything else. He wanted a computer, and I said whatever, and we started talking about computers and different games. It's actually a cool conversation that we had. I don't even know if I kept that video or deleted it or whatever. But I just picked the easiest mode just to go through everything to show everybody, you know, what it's like, the hours that I put into it, how I play it versus everybody else. LJ Rayo. Never met an LJ. Okay. I'm only using the mods that is, what is it? That you can get right out of the shop on the game. I'm not using anything from like Mod Hub or anything like that. I mean, the only one that I'll pick up from like Mod Hub or anything of them natures is by Dashnet, if you've heard of him. That's about the only thing I would touch, and that's because the maps are so big and they're so complex. But I don't even know if he's building one for 19. He said he was going to, but I don't know if he's even got that far in life. I'm also waiting for Course Play to come in. Because I want to get on that. I'm addicted to course play. Course play will speed all this up. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but if you're not familiar with it, you make all these different courses for each of your tractors to do. And like I can empty out these fields here, and as I'm emptying out these fields here, I can honestly have it where my combine will do each individual field one right after another, and the tractor will come up and automatically unload it for me, where I don't have to unload the tractors. But course play is like computer only. I was talking to a lot of people, and they're like, they use, what's the other one, not the course play, the GPS mod. Well, the GPS mod, there's one minor problem with that right now. The guy got a contract to go over to Cattle and Crops and make his GPS mod for that game, as long as he don't make it for this one, from what I heard. Truth is a little bit unknown, but still, in the long run. Oh, you only use console? Oh, man. The only thing I use console for is to watch Netflix and YouTube. That's the only things I use console for. Other than that, it's like I've had a computer since I was, I don't know, 13 years old or so. And I've just always ran with a computer. I've had several different consoles. I've had Xboxes, I've had PlayStations, I played on the Dreamcast, all the way back to the Atari versions of everything. But as soon as I got with a computer, everything made more sense on how everything worked. But I don't even know how to program or anything. I just used to build them before, you know, all this plug and play came around. Where your CD-ROMs and everything had digital cables and analog cables and all that. Oh yeah. I mean, back then it was completely different than what it is now. Solid state drives were something people dreamed of. There's no such thing. I was happy when I could get my hands on a 7200 RPM hard drive that was like, I don't know, 500 something megabytes, like a 512 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving up. And then all of a sudden it's like, I got 2 hard drives now in my computer. And now it's like, people laugh at stuff like that. It's a huge joke. But back then it was really cool. You're sitting on top when you had 2 hard drives. Yeah, now I start talking to people and it's like, oh, you only have one hard drive? You must be playing on a laptop. My old laptop, I used two hard drives on it. I had a plug-in hard drive and I had one that was in the computer. But, like I say, things have changed a lot. You gotta figure this has been, in the last 20 years or so. I mean, these computers, you'd never find games like this here. The graphics are unbelievable. I remember games that I had that it was all about reading. Matter of fact, one of the games that I used to play, I got a laptop too, not good enough for gaming. My one laptop wasn't good enough for gaming, and I turned around and I found something called, the games actually started getting too fast for my laptop. So what I did was I found this cool little program thing called, what is it? MSI Afterburner. And I I almost doubled the speed on that laptop. Almost. You know, my problem is it got really hot really quick. I look at it like this. A desktop, you can get a decent desktop, not Walmart. But you can get a decent desktop, you can piece it all together, whatever. $100 here, $200 there, back and forth. Find all the parts on like Amazon or something, piece it all together, have $800 into it, and it will be fast enough for any game with $800 into it. Depending on if you want to go with Radeon or if you want to go with NVIDIA. It just also depends on what you want to do with it. If you're going to do streaming, stuff like that, I'd go with NVIDIA. If you're doing what I'm doing, because I have 10 screens up and running at all times type deal. I have all this stuff running in the background at all times. I got 100 processes going at any given time. With the the new Radeon stuff that's out, you want to knock that down to maybe like 3 things at a time going. It's very good at one thing at a time. It is top of the line if you're doing one thing at a time. But when you start trying to do like 4, 5, 6 tasks at once, it's a little bit harsh. It is faster at video rendering. It really is. But it's not good at video rendering while you're playing and searching up information and all that other stuff. Another cool little thing is I'm running off of 4 monitors right now. For Christmas, the wifey bought me 2 more monitors. I was running off of 3, but the one that I was running off of for a center monitor started to bleed through. And I got rid of that somewhat. I mean, it's sitting over behind me on the floor. But she got me 2 other monitors. I got them running right now as my centers, and then I got my smaller ones on the outsides. So, I mean, this is a NVIDIA 1070 graphics card, which is an old graphics card. And I can run 4 monitors perfectly fine. After you figure out how to set them up and how to, you know, identify them and put them in the right spots where you actually have them, you get like a stand like I have. It's a Vivo, and you turn around, you get the stand, you put it all together, and I mean, it's one step at a time. I've been playing with these over years, and you just start to accumulate. It's like anything you do for a period of time. Gaming is my hobby. I mean, I wouldn't mind it as a career. I think I could keep up pretty good, but I don't know if I would want it as my career, so I try to, you know, stand back from that part. That's why I don't ask people for money. I don't really ask people to subscribe. I don't beg people to, you know, help me out in all these different ways. I don't do that. I don't have a Patreon because of it, you know. Just simple stuff like that. I just do this because I love to do it. I love the interaction with the people. I love talking with everybody. Meeting people from around the world type deal. Just my thing. And like I was saying, over years, I mean, of doing this, whatever, you start to accumulate more and more and more. I've been playing with computers for umpteen years now, and if you look into it, I've accumulated a lot of stuff for computers. I mean, if I ever have a power cable or anything like that go bad, don't worry. I probably got 3 more to back it up. Monitor goes out, I got another one. I mean, if my mic goes out, which I'm running off of the Blue Yeti mic, if my mic goes out, I got 2 more. Something happens to my headset, I got another. Like I said, you always accumulate more and more and more stuff. I mean, the stuff will slowly go out of style. It will slowly go out of, you know, however you want to put it. But overall, I mean, it's really cool how you got stuff from, like, well, when it comes to computers and stuff, you can call it prehistoric ages. But some things really don't change over time for computers, like power cables, stuff like that. Your monitor cables do change, but it's so slight with the variants. I mean, there's always a backup, and they don't change like drastically overnight. Let's do some wishful thinking, because that should not be like that. What if I was back up to it in some magical way? There we go. That was goofy. This is the crap that I hate about this. And V2. Oh. Maybe if I hit G first? There we go. V to lower. Back up a little bit. Right there. That looks good. Release. Back away. if you really look at it in the longer run, I mean, I don't know everything about computers. I'm not like this master that can tell you, hey, I got all this RAM, and this is the type of threads that my RAM is, and this is this, this is this. Honestly, that means nothing to me. It used to. I used to be in computers a lot more than what I am. I used to build people's computers for them. I used to do computer repair, stuff like that, but, I mean, it changes so drastically that you can never keep up with it. You can have, like, tons and tons of knowledge on one thing on computers, but it means nothing because you're not going to be able to keep up with the rest of the computer world. I mean, perfect thought. There's like 50 different gaming motherboards that's out there right now. There's 20 different types of memory. There's, I don't know, 15, 20 different major graphic cards out there. You see where I'm coming from? Then you got all these different hard drives that comes in. And when you're trying to piece together everything, and then it's like, well, let's talk about water cooling. Let's talk about the different cables that you can get. The different colors of cables that you can buy only from specific companies. I mean, after a while, it goes right... your head fills up so quick off of this little bit of knowledge. And it's like mind-blowing how much there is to learn about computers. So I turned around and basically said, you know what? We all see that moving, right? I see it moving. I turned around and said, forget it. I don't need to know everything about computers. Don't need to, don't want to. It hurts thinking about computers that much. I just want to have fun with them. Wow. That's BS. I can't even turn that. I'm getting rid of it. I can't handle it anymore. Wait. What? Okay. And then you can get into the VR and stuff like that. I don't even want to look at VR because right now there's so many problems with the games for VR. It's ridiculous. Why get into something right now that has a lot of problems? That's why I'm looking at the 2080 video cards or whatever they are from NVIDIA. I'm looking at them, but from what I'm hearing is they're not having all the progress from them that they're expecting. Right now the 2080s are doing the same thing that the 1080s doing, but the 1080s still doing it better. Your Founder Edition cards are doing it better. So it's like, I'll wait. And then you got the like Threadrippers that's out. I mean, it's a cheaper system, yes. It's $400 system, whatever. $500 system. I mean, it's the price of a new Xbox. But it's a lot more capable than your Xbox. I've got to get rid of this crap. I mean, if you want to stick with consoles and have fun with them, I mean, that's great. I know a lot of people who love consoles. But the fact is that I don't want to buy a console every couple years to keep up with all the, you know, new games. And what is it? Every 3-4 years Xbox comes out with a new one? Well, okay, well, perfect example. I had an Xbox 360. It won't play Xbox One games. So I had to buy an Xbox One. Well, now the new Xbox is supposed to be coming out or whatever. And my Xbox One that I have won't play those games. But on the other hand, my computer will play the next games that come out. I mean, I might have to do an update to my computer, a small update, but it's not a $700 update. Does that make any sense? I mean, a couple $100 will give me more RAM. A couple $100 more after that will give me a new graphics card. For a motherboard, I mean, $400 or $500, I can drop down a really good motherboard. I mean, that's just me saying I don't have to play all the little BS games for the whole brand new system for like $700. I mean, it's nice, but if I ain't gotta do it, I'm saving me a lot of money by not doing it. It's more of a initial output, but overall price cheaper. I also look at it with, I pay less for my games on average. I pay $20 here and there for my games. $30 a game if I'm spoiling myself. But I'm getting these games off of Steam. That's cheaper than what you get off the Xbox, and some of the games off of Steam, a lot of the games actually off of Steam, you'll never see on an Xbox. You'll never see it on PlayStation. That's how I'm going off of that. You never see these games. And they're just as good, if not better. I get more entertainment out of them. Perfect example. I spent $15, I think, for Ark. $10 or $15 for Ark. Like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Ark came out for console like 3 years ago. I had Ark like 2 years before it came out. I had it in, I believe it was Alpha or something like that, when it still had a lot of the problems. I had it way before the Woolly Rhinos came in. I had it when you only had the island to play on. You didn't have all the other places. Ookie. R. Sell. Yes. Okay. R. Sell. Yes. Okay. R. Sell. Okay. Yes! P. I have to. Harvester. I know that one's better. It's magically more delicious. But that's my 1090. That holds 3,000 more. Same speed. Less horse. This is my favorite. Details. Can't change anything about the 1090. But I don't care. Bye. Yes. Okay. Back. Now. Back. Go into here. Headers. Look, it's a 45-footer. And I only need 20... That'd be 6. About 23,000 more. A little bit more than 23,000 more. And I can grab that one. 45 foot. I'm happy. This one's 13.7. 13.7. But look. It has its own wheels. Disconnect from that. I know I got 2 of these to fill. So, let's see what I can do. Alright. I need to find out best soy price. That's wheat, barley. Soy. 28. Central grain. 28 ain't bad. If I can drop 2 of them into essential grain, I'll be happy. So, LJ, do you play these on console then? Yes, I think I got it. This is gonna be some cash. Now, what one is the first one that you started with? 17, 19, 15? I mean, it's cool how they number them every 2 years. Even years are like handheld devices. Odd years are like console and computer. Had a friend give me 15, been playing that for about 3 weeks. Oh, so you're way old school. 15 is when they first started cutting trees, I think. You can make a lot of money just doing trees. Plant them, cut them, plant them, cut them. On computer, Dashnet made some really cool. Gonna get 17 when this one burns me out. 17. 17, they cut the price of the trees. The hired workers are a teeny bit smarter, and when I say teeny bit, that's all I mean. You got the sugar cane that came in. And a nice map to go with the sugar cane. 19, I mean, they brought John Deere into 19. It turned from a myth to reality, like, overnight. I was surprised when John Deere signed into 19. My first one, I think it was 9 I played. And I only played like a few minutes of it. I couldn't really get the hang of all of it. So I only played a little bit of it. 17 is also when the whole modding thing went nuts. But the thing I don't like about console is a lot of your stuff that's on the console, the main problem that I have with it is you have spaces. Yeah. Whoever thought of that idea. Yeah, 13 and 13's where I actually got it on the computer. I started playing it. You know, I started warming up on 13. You know, Westbridge Hills and stuff like that, or whatever it was. So, I think it's on 15 is where they did it. Your starting map, your American map, your starting field, 17 or whatever. It's 15. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Farm Simulator 15. I'm pretty sure it's either 15 or 17. But either or, your starting map, whatever. One of your fields, if you plant it in grass, it's the American flag. The flowers pop up as the American flag. I think it's really cool. Oh yeah, like I said, the slots are a problem, ain't it? You'll notice the nice part is your cattle is so much easier to maintain and everything in those ones. Let me check. Yep. Start. But yeah, cattle is a lot easier to maintain. When you get into this one, it becomes a lot more difficult. Also, while you're in this one, another really cool thing, it don't matter what difficulty you start on, as long as you start leasing the equipment and everything, you can buy out everything that you want. Like, you start leasing out your equipment. I can't show you right now, but I will in a minute. When you do a field, alright, on this one, you gotta help somebody. On here, you can actually say, okay, I'm done right now. I don't want to finish the field right now, and you don't have to because it's not timed. In 17, it was all timed. And the easier the mode, the more time you have. Oh, Roderick, how are you doing? But the fields, when you were doing them in 17, were all timed. The faster you can do it, the bigger the bonus is at the end. On here, the fields ain't timed. So if I want to quit doing the field for, you know, a couple hours, I don't have to complete out the field. Which makes it really nice. I can get to something else if I need to do it. And I don't have to worry about losing or failing on the field. So that makes it really nice. I mean, 19 is a huge jump. It really is. But I believe it's a really good jump that they made. And on here you have side-by-sides. I don't know if that really matters to you, but you have them on here. Oh, on this one? Yeah, I have some livestock. I'll show you. The livestock thing, in 17, I think it is, you lose chickens. And then they bring it back in 19. Guess people wanted chickens. Yeah, I'll show you my, aminals. And also on this one here, you know how your animal pens are like unlimited animals? Not on here. You have limits to all your animals on here. Kinda sucks, but whatever. I mean, I can always build other areas. Like I said, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me just get back down to my area. Oh, yeah, they breed. Yeah. $17 they breed in that one, too. There is a timer on the breeding. I mean, it's not like if I have like 20 every 5 hours or 10 hours they're going to breed again. No. It's a percentage. 2 of them takes I think like 900 hours or something like that to breed. 3 of them takes like 800 hours. 4 of them whatever, 5 of them whatever. You get up to about 16. I'm just talking for cattle. Just for cattle. You get like 16 cattle, and if you have it at 100% happiness on your cattle, they will breed approximately every 60 hours or something like that. So if you have 100, they're breeding every, 20 hours. Yeah, it's a whole percentage thing. Matter of fact, I think I have 17 cows now because one of them already bred. But another thing on this one, for the whole breeding, say I have 10 black cows. Black cows will only breed with black cows. So if I only have 10, it's however long 10 cows is how many hours it will be. It don't go by the total number of cattle that I have. It goes off of what type I have, or color, whatever. Let me get out of this. I'll run over. Doody-doo, doody-doo, doody-doo. You think someone will put a big feeding wagon in Mod Hub? Do I think somebody's going to put a big feeder in? Probably. I mean, you think about it. Honestly, they go so ridiculous on these. It's not funny. Okay, I have all white chickens. I mean, they don't look white. They're a little dirty. They've been playing in the mud. See? That one's showing it. He's kicking mud up. But the only reason why I have all white ones is because white only breeds with white. I jump over here. I got my cattle over here. Hello. See, these are all my moo-moos. Hi. Moo. I will ride on your back. But here's my cattle. Pop it up over here, alright? Chickens. See how it says white next to it and black and white? Well, there's more that you can get. Chickens. I get one every every 5 hours. 5 hours, 45 minutes. When I go up to 45 chickens, that number will drop. Cattle. Reproduction rate. Every 71 hours and 15 minutes. Next one, 60 hours. When that goes up, that number there will drop. They'll brood faster. If that makes any sense. But I have to keep these all good here for this here. See how it's at 99%? If it was at 100%, that one will go up, will go down. But if it was at 80%, that number goes up. They reproduce slower. The lower the reproductivity rate is, the higher the reproduction rate. So these two numbers work together a lot. But yeah, I got a few moo-moos. Alright. So next step. $10.90. I love them. P. Headers. No. Yes. Yes. Details. Can't do anything about it. Worth it. Buy. Yes. Okay. Back. 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 Alright. Exit. I'm gonna go up here. Fertilize 21. Harvest field 13. Harvest 6. Yeah, on these missions here, you can accept the contract, or you can borrow the items. If you borrow the items, these are the items that you will get. Like these, plus there's like 5 more items. You see? All this, plus 5. Fertilizing these. That's if you borrow the items. But you can just accept the contract and do it with your equipment. The plus part is with doing it with your own equipment is this price here. If I do it with my equipment, I don't have this price here. If I use their equipment, like the sprayer here, I also have to buy liquid for the sprayer. Oh man, 147 left. Oh yes, here we go. But yeah, Roderick, oh, you ran away? Oh no. If you're still on, I think that they're going to get a much bigger, they'll get a lot of the bigger items. I believe that they're just going to go berserk with it like they usually do. That's my opinion. Basing it on what I've seen before. Like I've seen it where they took the combines themselves and jacked them up to where they do like 40 mile an hour across the fields working. Ah, yes. This is happiness. I complained about that other one so much. Now I got this. That whole relief in the chest is here now. Now I need to get one other big thing. I called it a big thing. Think about it. Now you're thinking dirty. So now I've got to put those fields up there all together. Turn them into one big field. It'll save me time and money. Alright, C. Q. I need a plow. So P. plow. 359. Details. Can't change anything. Buy it. Yep. Okay. Back. Alright. Now I just spent like a ton of money. But I made a ton of money to spend. Now I can take this plow, well, this tractor up, hook up that plow, and turn around, take fields 14 and on, and plow them all together. 14 through 17. Hey, what's going on? What is it? Ramus Gaming? How are you tonight? Ooh. See, practice makes perfect on names. People are just highly creative. You get up here. I will hook into my plow. So anyhow, I was learning about something new tonight. Today, whatever. Who cares, right? Something I was learning. That's all that matters. Nobody cares when. I was thinking about getting this new game. What is it? Cities Skyline or whatever? You've all heard of it? I've been thinking about getting that. Because like I was saying earlier on the video, it kind of reminds me of SimCity. Or not SimCity, that's a... Is it SimCity? SimCity 2000? I don't know. Believe it or not, a lot of my viewers ain't even old enough to remember that game. But I was thinking about getting that just because it reminded me of that game. It's great. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it and it's like, man, this reminds me of this old game I used to play. And it's like, at first I'm like, I should stay away from it. I should stay away. I don't want to play it. Then all of a sudden I started watching more and more and more. And it's one of those things that the more you watch, it's like, I like this. I mean, there's two styles of games, if you really think about it. There's a style of game that... Actually, a couple different styles. But not the point. Point being is, this is one of those games that the more you watch it, from, like, I don't want to play it point of view, it becomes into, like, I need this. It will go great with my collection. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was seeing it, is, this will go great with my collection. Kinda scary, but that was my idea. V. Oh, man. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for got it. Oh. V. Back up. I didn't hit something that I need to hit. F1. Y. V. That's better. Yes. I am going to make this all one big field. It has to become one big field. I've got a bigger harvester, so yeah, I need it to be a bigger field. Makes sense to me. Nick T, why are you plowing when you could be plowing your wife instead? Well, because she's not feeling good and I feel like giving her a break tonight. Ah! What, do you mean tonight? Tonight I started like almost 2 hours ago. Man. Ooh, I got a lot of viewers coming in. But yeah, I started about 2 hours ago. I mean, the wife and I sat back. Create your channel. Oh, when did I create my channel? Ah, man, let me think. It's been almost a year ago. But, I mean, I started getting onto it. I started doing things. Then I wasn't sure whether I should be on YouTube or should I be on Twitch. Whatever, back and forth went in my head. And then it's like nobody is watching everything. And the wife and I moved. And since we moved down where we're at now, I stopped for a while. I mean, other than that, I was on the road. I did some driving jobs. I wasn't home. So I said, forget it. I got off for a little while. Then all of a sudden, it's like I got this job here where I'm with the state. And I turned around and I said, well, maybe I just want to get back into it a little bit. So I just started playing again. And I figure, hey, if I'm going to play games or whatever, why not? Why not play games live? Where everybody can watch me. And if anybody has any remarks, whatever, hey, maybe we can talk about it. Whether they're butthurt or if it's just the whole, they want to learn about the games. Oh, thank you for the sub. But yeah, I got into playing these games and everything, and it's just, I began to have more and more fun with all the different games that I've been getting lately. And I mean, I wanted to turn around and I want to talk to people. I'm very sociable. Extroverted is what a psychologist would call it. I went to the classes. But I'm very extroverted, and since I'm very extroverted and I need social interaction, I'm using the games as my social interaction. If that makes any sense. I mean, as I was explaining earlier, I'm not using the gaming and everything as, you know, a big money scheme or something like that. I know that will probably never happen in my life. The reason why I'm doing it is I just want to have fun with it. I have a lot of fun with games. Why not talk about it and everything with other people? I mean, it's hard to find people in my line of work that actually like games, because I work with an older crowd, and they're like, oh, you have an Atari? I'm like, no, dude, no. We can't even talk if you're gonna say that. But yeah, I mean, my whole channel's more about having the fun. Ooh. What do I do work in? You mean, what do I do for the state? Anything from general labor to driving. People found out I'm very good at driving. But yeah, I got this state job and people were like highly impressed about it, and I was kind of curious why they'd be so impressed. I mean, I got decent benefits and everything. That's the one thing I always worried about. And that's kind of why I don't do this for a living. I look at the benefits part. Oh man, this field's going to be nice. You know how long it's been since I've actually plowed a field myself? But yeah, I found a decent job. I'm happy with it. Wife's happy that I'm home now. Because, I mean, I was an over-the-road truck driver. She wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy about it. It caused way too much conflict in our lives. So I decided, hey, it's that time of the day. I need to get out of this crap. So, in the long run, I just turned around, got into, you know, I had the VA help me find a state job because, for some odd reason, my military experience don't go with any civilian jobs. I was planning on helping out my father-in-law with some work, but I want to get off my night shift ordeal. And then I was planning on helping out my father-in-law. I mean, I try to stay busy. If you're familiar with driving truck, you'll know over the last 10 years how much it's changed. And because of all the changes, I wasn't happy. So I finally got to a point where I said, you know what, I can't do this anymore, and I got out of the truck. I didn't want to quit driving, so I found more of a local job. It's the government started putting down so many laws, rules, regulations on everything you do. They took the fun out of being a driver. So I quit. I learned off of somebody who is very old school. He's been driving for 42 years or something like that. So when I say he's old school, oh, you don't live in the US? Oh, well, so in the US, give you a brief rundown on this, entertainment. In the US, the government turned around and stated that the semis have to have something called a regen system on it, so that the exhaust burns cleaner. Awesome. Good job. Now you got trucks breaking down all the time. Well, then the government said, well, you need to take a 30-minute break within 8 hours of when you start driving. Great. Now you got people that has to take a break on the side of the road type deal. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Well, then the government states, hey, you know, I don't like when you do paper logs because you might lie to me. Well, that's great. Now everybody has to have a Qualcomm or something equivalent, which is electronic logs. That's great. So now this little computer tells me when I can eat, when I can sleep, when I can stop to go to the bathroom, whatever, you know. It's telling me what I can and cannot do all the time. Now, name 2 people that are exactly alike. I can't. There's always going to be some form of difference in the people. So, when I was driving, when I was hungry, I would stop and eat. You know? When I'm tired, I will stop and go to sleep. When I'm awake, trust me, my tires were turning. You know what I'm saying? But the government said, no, that's wrong. So they expect me to be able to sleep 10 hours a night. Every night, whatever, or every day when I go to sleep, I have to sleep a consecutive 10 hours type deal. And then get up and run. Well, I can't do that. Like right now. When I get off here to go to bed, I'm going to go to bed. I might fall asleep for a couple hours. I'm going to wake back up. I might fall back asleep for a couple hours. I'm going to wake back up. I'm going to get up, do something. I'm going to go back to bed. If that makes any sense. Because that's how my life is. That's how my sleep patterns are. But the government's trying to tell me if I drive commercial vehicles that I can only have a certain sleep pattern. Not going for it. That's not who I am. You know? And since the government wants to play that game with me, my game back is, forget it, I ain't driving. It's not really a game, but it's just how things are going to happen. I'm not driving. Find somebody else. So, I got a state job instead. State job says, hey, you work for us, you follow our little rules, guidelines, whatever, and we pay you really good for it. I said, sure, whatever. And I picked it up. I mean, it's no harder. I come home every night, do whatever I want. I mean, these companies in the US, the driving companies, are a joke. They are some of the worst people to deal with because they expect you to stay out on the road for months on end. The one company I work for, in Australia where I live, truck drivers have drug problems because of the long hauls. Oh. That's only part of the problems that we have up here. Some of our biggest problems with truckers, not all, but some. Yeah, we do have the ones with the drug problems, but the biggest problems that we have is most of our drivers you cannot communicate with. I work for another smaller company that sells like four-wheelers and cars and dirt bikes and motorcycles and all this other stuff, okay? A dealership, whatever. And a lot of the drivers that we had come in, I could not understand them. And it's like, where are you from? Czechoslovakia. Oh, where are you from? Norway. Oh, where are you from? I mean, none of them were like really from the US. Hi, from Russia, East, Siberia. Oh, hello. How's Russia right now? Heard it's a little chilly. Probably because it's cold here too. But our drivers that we have, it's not really the all in all of the drugs itself. It's just they're from so many different places. I mean, the only reason why I have an easier time communicating with most of the people that came in is because one, I drove truck, and two, I had a lot of jobs where I dealt with people from all over the world. Ain't that like 100 degree? Uh, Free X09? What's up? I'm not very good at conversions from Celsius and Fahrenheit. Not at all. To me, when you're saying that, it's like 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, 104? Huh. Ain't too bad. And if you're from Texas, you'd say, it's a dry heat. It's fine. Ah, there we go. Got all that one. Max Belgravud. I will butcher the hell out that name. I got the Max part. It's the rest of it. I actually used to work with Russians. I thought that they were actually really cool. I liked them. Most of the other people that I worked with didn't, but I did. And I could care less about the other people's opinions. The Russians were some of the nicest people to us. I liked working with them because they're straightforward. They love to laugh and joke and all that. Made it easier to work with them. Yeah, right now for me here, it's in the 20s. But when I was running with the fire department last night, it was like 4 degrees out. And I'm talking Fahrenheit, so we're supposed to have it in like the 30s today. How are you? How's your continent doing? Well, if you want to talk about the news, for some odd reason, I saw it in the news, some idiots are still blaming the Russians for Trump being president. I don't know. Don't care. Me, myself, I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I'm having fun. I'm talking with everybody. Oh, yes, and our government is still not paying the workers because of the shutdown because Trump wants his wall. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it. I'm kind of for it, but whatever. We all have our reasons. Ah, now I can turn this off. Why? That's 14. There, now I can hit up all these areas. But yes, over here, I think we're doing alright. It's just another typical day. How's it over in Russia? Wait. Better question. This is what I want to know. For all my viewers, what's your opinions of Americans? Sorry, I'm into psychology big time. I like to know everybody's opinions. The good, the bad, the evil, it don't matter. I was watching Officer 401. He said that the U.S. police are public servants, yet NSW police are... Alright, so... police are paid by the cities or towns, whatever that they live in. And then you got the state police. The state police are paid by the state. The government shutdown is a federal problem. It's not a state problem. So basically it's the IRS ain't, those people ain't getting paid very well right now because they're just not getting paid. The military is losing money. TSA, which is like, the TSA are from the airports and Border Patrol. Those are the people that's not making the money. But the police themselves, they are, because of who they're paid through. Trust me, one of our police that is in the town that I'm in, me, him, a couple other guys in the fire department, we're all talking, and he is one of the lowest paid police in the entire nation. Because the town I'm from is that poor. Most of the people are too poor to even commit a crime. Russia good. Russia is good now. Warmer days. Oh, -20? Huh. Got a buddy who's up in Alaska that I would usually talk to, and I think it's been around -20 for him. I mean, like I said, I'm down with, you know, all the Russians that I met and all those types of people that I met. I mean, they were cool. Australians? I've never really met anybody from Australia. Oh, man. They're making some bank if they're making that much money. They could buy like a house every 2 years with that money. Around where I'm at. I mean, our houses are going for like 80, 90,000. Contacts from harvest worker and get a cedar that cultivates to improve productivity. Oh, I have one. I really do. I have the cedar that does the cultivating, stuff like that. But I just want to kind of plow out the field because I haven't done that. I've never plowed this area before. So I figured, hey, I want to make it look pretty for once. Waste a little bit of money. Sit back, have conversation with everybody. But yeah, E. Run! Run! Oh, that's Australian dollars? Yeah, this one, it will do the cultivating and then it does the seeding. So, I mean, I got that. Plus, I got the, like, little big bagger here. I got my tree planter because I plan on cutting trees later. I got this filled with seeds. So I can just pull under it and restock instead of putting bags in it every 5 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I got some smaller equipment going. That's just in case I feel frisky and I don't get the plants knocked down fast enough. So, what's the Australian dollar compared to the US dollar? Oh, okay. Wow, you're already on top of this for me. It's 50,000 to 57,000. Hmm. That's still pretty good pay. Especially for my area. Because in my area right now, at 15 and at, yeah, about $15 an hour, you're making pretty good money. But everyone is afraid to choose him because he can easily cause a nuclear strike. He is quick-tempered, but very sensible, topics say. Are we talking about Trump, Max? Oh, we have a politician the same as Trump. His name is really long in every letter of the alphabet. He has been running for president every time since 93. I mean, honestly, the U.S., my belief, the U.S. needs a president who is a businessman, not a diplomat. We need somebody who will put in the effect to get us out of the red. Because we're so far in the hole with all these other nations, it's not funny. We needed somebody to come in to the UN and complain to them. Oh, alright, LJ. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Have a good night, man. But we need somebody to be a good businessman in the United States to pull us out of debt. Because we've been so far in debt with everybody, it's not funny. And then with the United Nations that everybody's in charge of, I like how Trump walked in the door and said, hey, I'm done paying for everybody. Have a nice day. We should not have to pay for every nation's police. It's BS. It's a waste of our money. Now, why is the police not respected? And, Ramus, we have multiple different forms of police. Alright? We got, in the state that I'm from, okay? In the state that I am from, our lowest form of police is constables. They cannot pull you over and stuff like that. Oh, we have helicopters too. Everywhere has police helicopters, but our police, our lowest form is the constable, which they cannot pull you over in your vehicle. All they do is basically serve warrants. Step up from that is your town police, alright? Your city police, stuff like that. Step up from that is county sheriff, which county sheriff can do multiple different things. Then the biggest step up from that is state police. Your state police can go anywhere in the state, chase anybody, but our state police cannot cross state borders. If you want to cross state borders as police of any sort, you're either going to go FBI, which that's Federal Bureau of Investigation, or you have to go with federal marshals. A federal marshal can cross lines. But, I mean, they're so far and few between. But our FBI and federal marshals can do crossing of the state lines at any given time. Like if somebody robs a bank around here, it usually the state police will handle it, but the FBI steps in and gives them a little bit of help. It becomes the FBI problem. But usually the FBI just allow the state police to handle it because the state police can handle it. It's just how it is. They don't want to step on their toes and just get in the way. Well, not really get in the way, but just step on each other's toes. They're respecting boundaries type deal. I mean, it's something that they could step in on, but you know what I'm saying. And what I don't get is, honestly, I'm more of a pacifist, I guess, now. Don't bring a fight to my front door, but I'm still a pacifist on it. I don't really believe in the whole war. I don't believe in all the killing, stuff like that. I mean, I will if I have to, but I prefer not to. Oh, AFP. Yeah, I mean, I don't see the point of all the fighting. I really don't. Why can't people just sit back, look at things from other people's point of view, and get along? You know? That's how I see it. I don't want to fight with people. I don't want the whole wars with people. I just want to sit back and call it a day. Drink a beer, laugh, joke, you know. But my question was never answered. What does everybody think of Americans? I mean, if you think that we're all like cowboys, hicks, whatever you want to call us, whatever, I don't care. I just want to know. Because I was watching this one thing, and it's like everybody in like Japan, from what these kids were saying, everybody in Japan thinks that America is more like Clint Eastwood and John Wayne. It's kind of funny. I saw humor in it anyhow. A few years ago, New South Wales police sent about 50 cops to New Zealand. A lot of our police are prior military. A good chunk of our police are prior military. And if you want to read some statistics on America's military, there's a song, Wrong Side of Heaven by Five Finger Death Punch. Watch that video by them. You'll learn a lot about our military veterans. I believe that the U.S. has a really high suicide rate compared to the rest of the world. I also believe that America has some of the dumbest people, too. I mean, the only thing that I got negative to say about most other places is I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I get like general ideas from around the world because I like watching and seeing things from other countries. And I mean, I'm kind of scared to go to Russia to drive because I see so many videos on Russian bad drivers. But the weird thing is, is a lot of these cars that I'm seeing like over there that are bad drivers are like BMW and Mercedes. It's like, are you serious? In the US, that's a really expensive car. So not everybody on the street has one. Is they have trigger happy cops and bad gun control. Okay, I can go with that. Some of the cops, yeah, I will say are a little trigger happy, but that I believe that also gets the news goes overboard with it. I really think that. Bad gun control? Maybe. I have several. Our founding father let you have a weapon to protect the population from a bad government. Yes. Yes. That is the Second Amendment. We have the right to protect ourselves against the tyrannic government. Our gun control? Let me talk some numbers here. I won't give you exact numbers, but I can give you numbers. We are the 5th deadliest nation due to guns. Or something like that, okay? I'm going with roundabout numbers. But enough fools on the road we have. But here's some numbers. We are like the 3rd or 5th deadliest nation in the world. But if you take away the cities with the strictest gun control, alright? Let's talk, well, cities/state. You take away the whole state of California because of their gun control. You take away New York City. You take away Atlanta. You take away Chicago, I believe it is, and Detroit. Alright? You take away these cities. Alright? Just nix them out of the whole equation. And we go to, I think it's 192nd and lethal crimes from guns. It's just the strictest cities have the worst gun violence. Think of it this way. If you give everybody a gun, alright? You give everybody a gun and ammunition. What is the chances somebody's going to turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to rob this store with a gun. Knowing that the owner has a gun. Knowing that the person behind the counter has a gun. What's the chances of somebody wanting to rob the store? I wouldn't want to rob the store. But we have these senators and these people in government, and I don't even know how far to go into this, okay? You need a license and a background check to buy a gun. Yes, here you do. If I go to buy a gun, if I go to buy any handgun from any store, I have to have a background check. If I was to buy a handgun from another person, including family members, I have to go to a store that has a license to sell guns to have my dad transfer a gun from him to me. Shotguns and rifles are different. But if I buy a shotgun, a rifle, or anything like that from a store, Gander Mountain, Dick's Sporting Good, Field and Stream, anything like that, they will give me a background check right there. And also, I look at it like this. Here's a theory. Let's take guns away. we already overthrew the government. First in 1917, the emperor failed. Then in 91, back to liberalism from socialism. I think soon I have to go to socialism. Already tired of eating raw democracy. Well, question. Do you like to read? If you want to learn about democracy, I mean, people are like, oh yeah, democracy is a great thing. It's a new form of government. Blah, 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 blah. It's called Cicero the Commonwealth. It's from like 3,000 years ago. I mean, you can buy the book. Our college, the college that I went to, it was a required book for one of the classes. But it's called Cicero, or the Commonwealth of Cicero or something. And our sheriffs do job of bailiffs, courthouse security. Well, our sheriffs do courthouse security, and come to find out, since one of our members of our fire department is from the sheriff's office, because we have only, well, most of our fire departments around here are volunteer. What happens is I found out our SWAT teams, our sheriff department. It's kind of cool. But we don't have bounty hunters. Well, bounty hunters are very rare, and basically a bounty hunter is a mercenary. It's a form of mercenary around here. The police don't want to look for somebody. It's wasting the police time, so they hire somebody to go after them. I know one person around here that's a bounty hunter, and he has like 2 other jobs, because that bounty hunting is only a couple $100 every person he picks up. Yeah, he don't make anything major off of, you know, bounty hunting. He mainly does it for sheer entertainment. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not a fan of... I like the democracy. I do. It gives us very open ways of thinking, very open ways of working, but I just don't like the stupidity in the government. If you watch the news and you learn about some of the people in our government, you'll understand the stupidity that I'm talking about. When you got somebody that whines and cries just because of what a gun looks like. You know what I'm saying? It looks scary, so it should be illegal. Well, your paycheck looks big, so that means that you're illegally getting it? I mean, let's, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta look at things in a different form. I mean, the people are... Our government individuals are... We don't have SWAT, we have Tactical Operation Units. Yep. We just call them SWAT. Don't know where it came from, we just do. Our police also carries assault rifles for bug events. Glenn said, a crook and businessman are two sides to the same coin. Yes. Yes, I like that one. Assault rifles. That's the funny part. Let's get into this one. I don't know how much you know about rifles. Alright? But Oh, I guess you knew something on this that I didn't about the whole special weapons. Honestly, um, one of my rifles that I have is an AR-15. I love it. The AR-15 is not an assault rifle. An AR-15 is a really powerful .22. That's all it is. The difference between an assault rifle and a regular rifle that they don't tell you in the news, don't know why, but they don't, is the only difference is one of them shoots more rounds each time you pull the trigger. An AR-15 shoots one round every time you pull the trigger. An assault rifle, which is an M16, 240 Bravo, stuff like that, whatever. When you pull that trigger, and if you hold that trigger, it shoots more than one round. So, I also have a Glock. I carry my Glock. My Glock, if I go off of what the news is saying, my Glock is an assault pistol. And if you go with the laws in America, technically I can have an assault spoon. Because if I hit somebody with a spoon, it is considered an assault. So I can have an assault spoon. See where I'm going with this? If you do harm to anybody, it is an assault. So if I harm somebody with a spoon, it's an assault spoon. If I harm somebody with a rifle, it's an assault rifle. No matter what. Some people, if you get bored, whatever, some other people to check into and watch, and they are awesome, by my opinion, is Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder. It's called Louder with Crowder. How they break things down is unbelievable. Steven Crowder is Canadian, which makes it even better. I believe that America is going more sissified than any other time. I mean, we have people that get kicked out of restaurants for wearing a shirt. You know? I don't like your shirt. Get out of my restaurant, is basically what people are saying. People are getting shot and killed or stabbed and whatever over a color. And this has been going on for years. Just lately it's been getting worse. And now people need safe spaces? Do you know that after the collapse of the USSR, more than 20 million people died from poverty, hunger, and rampant banditry? Oh, yeah. Yeah. The collapse of the USSR, I mean, in the long run, how I'm looking at it, okay? From what I know, this is just my knowledge. I don't know everything about it. I've never even seen it firsthand type deal. But from my knowledge, the collapse of the USSR, in the long run, helped. In the short term, oh yeah, it was just a massacre in the short term. Because there was no control. And nobody could police the area to control it. But I see it now as in everybody has a different way of thinking and they are more open now. If that makes any sense. They have more freedom now. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, please do. But I believe the short term, it really, as you just mentioned, it killed a lot of people. That's sad that that happened like that. But in the long run, I mean, it opened up for more, more possibilities. Um, I like some of Putin's ideas. I like how he is very adamant on getting rid of people. Uh, NSW high schools, to pass year 7, you need to cook and manage cattle. Oh, that's cool. We need to learn that here in the States. We need to bring back, like, home ec and stuff in the U.S. We do. But back on Putin, I believe that some of his ideas and some of the ways that he is working things is really good. It's really helpful. But I also see him as a dictator that cannot, due to the laws of the country, he cannot do everything that he needs to do to straighten everything up, if that makes any sense. Here in the US, they got rid of a lot of the classes because they believed that they were not needed. You need to be smart rather than to be, how do I say this all the time? In the US, common sense is a rare sense. If that makes any sense. It's kind of sensible. We have sold our common sense for material. We really have. Don't U.S. schools have swimming in their curriculum? Not all of them. My wife's school didn't. My school did. My wife's school, they don't have a swimming pool. My school did. Also, it depends on your background. It really does. Reason I'm gonna say it like that is, like, our Amish that we have where I'm from. The boys go to, like, 5th grade or something like that, and the girls go to, like, 7th grade. I'd have to ask my wife. But the boys don't go to school because they go home and they work farms and all that. Because they're Amish. That's how they live. They believe schools are not very useful or needed. And how our government is set up, there's nothing that the government can do about it, really. Other than that, if you're not Amish, you have to go to school and your parents can get fined. We have like 12 years of school that we have to go to. 12, 13 years of school, that area. But, like I said, it depends on your background, on who you are. Kindergarten to 5 is my school. Kindergarten to 5th grade. 6th, 7th, and 8th is middle school. And then 9, 10, 11, 12 is high school. And anything after that is either college or trade school, which I went to college and trade school. Sad part is, I went to college and my ex-wife went to the same college. She got a degree, I did not. And her degree, she makes less than me with her degree. And she is using it. If my wife got her bachelor's degree in school, she would be making about as much as I do with a bachelor's, which is 4 years. I went to a trade school, and I make more money with my trade school than most people around me that went to college. And we have mandatory high school from 7 to 10. You can drop out if you have a full-time job, or you have to finish year 12. Oh man, we have laws, rules, regulations. Oh my god. When it comes to child labor laws, we are very strict about it. If it is your family business, i.e. farm, you can work at any age. If it is a secondary business like your neighbor or something like that, you can start working at a certain age, but you're not allowed using any equipment, and you're only allowed to work so many hours a week, and only so many hours during the school week. And if it's during the summer, you're only allowed to work so many hours. Oh yeah. And then you're not allowed working around food until you're 16, I believe. And after that, you're not allowed using machinery until you are the age of 18. Unless it's farming machinery. If it's farming machinery, the ages change to like 14 and stuff like that. Oh yeah. We got lots of rules and regulations. It's just downright pathetic at times with all of our rules, regulations, laws, everything like that. Our government will try to micromanage everything it can get its hands on, just to squeeze the extra penny out. Yeah, that's something about government I don't like. So we're going through the government shutdown. You probably heard it on the news, whatever. Okay? But it's only for certain people that don't get paid. You know, federal people, certain federal people. But Congress, Senate, House of Representatives, you know, all these people are not considered our federal government. I mean, they are, but they're not. Meaning that they keep getting their big paychecks. We don't. Well, the smaller people don't. Uh, NSW schools have trade training facilities like agricultural training and wood and metal work, as well as food tech and and software development. And I believe that they should. I mean, that's great. It really is. You think about it, you take away mechanics, all right? Take that out of schools completely. No mechanics. You're going to shut down the world. Um, I saw something, and it actually, if you really think about it, it says two wheels move the soul. What you're talking about, motorcycles, move the soul. Uh, Four wheels move the body. Like your car, stuff like that. 18 wheels moves the world. And I got talking to people, alright? One of our biggest, well, actually, one of the largest ports in the world, alright, is, one of the biggest ports in the world is in LA, California. Alright? If truck drivers, because of, like I was saying earlier, with all the laws in California and everything, and all these laws about driving truck is mainly out of California. If all these truckers turned around, looked at California and said, you know what? I don't want to go there this week. By the end of the week, China would start to feel the hit, because that's how much goods that we move through LA ports. China would feel the hit if all truck drivers in the US said, not going to California. We have a very good conversation, don't you think? I think from automation, the US will need move soon to communism. Otherwise, poverty will simply stop. Yeah, I'm really enjoying our conversation. I really do enjoy it. It's making me think. Am I wrong? Perhaps it's because the development this. I think from U.S. will. No. I'm going to disagree with you, Max. For the simple fact is our government and how America is designed, you would have to have everything automated. Even to fix the automation. If that makes sense. Reason where I'm going with this, okay? I worked at a shop. We had an automatic press that I was working at, alright? When I say automatic, I mean I could sit back and read the newspaper and make money just sitting there reading the newspaper. If you're familiar with coffee, okay, it made lids for the Folgers. One press on one side did gold, the other press on the other side did black. Okay, it would drop the lids off of the press approximately 16 cavities at a time. Each lid is considered a cavity. 16 at a time, and what it would do is go into these bins. these bins would spin and cause the caps to go up, the lids to go up on their sides. Alright? We're standing up. And then it would take them onto this conveyor belt, lay them down onto the conveyor belt. When it would lay them down onto the conveyor belt, it would turn around and it had this little laser eye, and it would cause them, if they were upside down, it'd blow a quick burst of air at them to cause them to flip upright. When it would flip them upright, the next thing that it would do is it would drop them onto these rollers that were spinning that caused the caps to spin, and it would put them in like stacks of 72 approximately. Okay, this was almost 15 years ago. So, and it would put them in these stacks, and then it would pick up the stack and put the stack in the box. It put 3 stacks in the bottom. It would pick up a center divider, a cardboard center divider, put the cardboard center divider on, and then it turned around and it put 3 more stacks in. And the press knew these are black, these are gold, and it would put each one in its own box where it belongs. And it would do them randomly. So if the black is filling up faster, it'd pick up the black. If the gold was filling up faster, it'd pick up more of the gold that night. Just however it did it. And then it'd turn around and it would put a label on the box. It would tape off the box, put the label on the box, everything, send it down the line. And then at the end, this thing would read the barcode. And then it would pick it up and put it on its own pallet. Gold one on a gold pallet, black one on a black pallet. And then it'd pick the pallets up and move the pallets over and put like a saran wrap around them to hold them all in place. Okay, so we're with me on this. So this machine, like I said, I could sit there and just read the newspaper if everything was perfectly fine. But the intelligence of it was not always there. It would slap a label onto a box, and the label would be screwed up. It wouldn't go on correctly. The tape on the box, it might not tape the box. And, oh, God forbid, there's safety. So much safety in this place. This place was ready to be food grade, top of the line safety stuff. So, in the US, that's like really high safety. So, this machine picked up this one box and was holding it. And a lid fell into the area. So, if you open up the gate, everything stops. Okay, cool. So, this box is up in the air. It's supposed to hold the box and not let go. Awesome. So, I lifted up opened up the gate. All the safety stuff goes on. I walk over, I grab this lid. I walk away. Because the lid or whatever it was in there was wrong. It shouldn't have been in there, so I was just cleaning it up. It dropped the box from like 15 feet right next to me. Blew it all apart. So, the AI and stuff like that we have in the world, I believe will fail us. I don't believe it is good enough to be able to keep up. I mean, it might do things faster, it might do things better. But it cannot fix itself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can see how this is going where the AI is amazing. I mean, they make robots. Oh, Honda has one. I believe it's Honda that has this robot that's all AI. But I believe that we will be able to work with the AI. The AI will still be a slave to us until the AI can take over the world. It's just how I see it. The AI will stay a slave to the humans until it can take over the world. So, the government's not going to change. They want to keep the government the same. I was watching this thing that explains that the U.S. government alone, both parties might fight separately, but it is to keep the people together. They fight for the same reasons. It's to keep the nation divided. The nation is easier taken while it is divided rather than when it's together. If you can get everybody on the same page with everything, we wouldn't even have a democracy government. We would have we would go back to a monarchy. I also believe that you have the church and certain special groups that are in charge of the entire world. I mean, that alone can blow people's minds. You know how much the church alone makes every year across the world? You'll buy nations out of debt with what the church alone makes. It's kind of scary. We already have one centralized government across the world, so it don't matter what one country does. Question is can the people stand up to one centralized government? The UN is trying to take over the world. It's making everybody think that they have power. But the UN is starting to be able to call shots. They're getting that big where they can start calling shots. And that makes it really scary for the small people. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of scary when you look at it. Wife asked me if I want to have kids, and I looked at her and said yes. No. And she looks at me and she goes, "Why'd you just change your mind?" I said, "Think about it." Because she has 2 kids from a previous marriage, which are now my stepkids. And it's like, do you really want to keep raising kids in this world? It's really scary. It really is. The world itself is I mean, you're handing it down to these kids, and these kids look at it like it's a toy. You know? And that's kind of scary. And if you really look at how the human race is acting, alright? Just how it's acting. I mean, let's name some things that it's acting like. Can we go with a plague? Human virus is acting, well, the humans are acting just like a plague. They're acting just like a virus. They're feeding off of everything that they can until we're going to exhaust all resources. When we exhaust all of our resources, you think the human race is going to be around very much longer after that? How many gallons of oil are we using every day versus how many gallons of oil can be replenished? We have ability to make energy, electric energy, off of currents in the ocean. We have the ability. The designs are already out there. And they're saying no. Here's another one. Where was it? Michigan, I think it was. Really scared me. If the scenario developed and mankind, like the movie, it's better to fight with the machines in Terminator. Well, what about I speak in such terms to make more clear because some analogy simply. Oh yeah, you're right. The translations, you're right. Some of it I won't even be able to. Yeah, you're right. I don't speak Russian at all. So, you're right, I won't understand. How about the, what is it called? Have you watched The Matrix? Think of that. That's how scary it is The Matrix scary. But, still, the humans are acting like this huge plague. I was talking about Michigan. I believe it's in Michigan. This guy put a windmill, okay, a wind turbine, in his yard, and the city told him to get rid of it. It's a wind turbine. Well, it's making noise. Well, you're breathing. You're making noise. Well, it's making too much noise. You need to get rid of it. Well, dude, I'm making power. Some of these places, it's like the government wants everybody to conform to their style. Their style is the only way, and they are going to make money off of it. And it's really scary about that. If you look at it, one of the coolest things in the world is this like fabric type paper. It's called money. You might have heard of it. But it's so cool because it is useless. Okay? It is useless. But people put a value to it. And as soon as they put this magical value to it, it's causes everything. Oh yeah, in Pennsylvania we got like all these money in Australia is plastic. But we got all these turbines and stuff in America, and they are so great. They love them on farms because you figure out west and down southwest, stuff like that, it's really hot and the cattle are outside. It gives shade for the cattle, okay? The cattle love it. So people put them up in their farms. But the thing is everybody makes horizontal, alright? Notice how I'm specifying. Horizontal wind turbines, alright? Well, horizontal wind turbines only work if the wind is blowing one certain direction. Okay? And if the wind is not blowing that direction, it's not making power, is it? So, what I believe that we need to start doing in the U.S. is starting to create a vertical turbine is what it's called. And you wrote that all in Russian, and I have no clue what you just said. It looks cool, though. The R backwards R stuff and the backwards ends, I've seen them on some ships. Interesting fact for an Australian. Yeah, U.S. is not a big place for Russians to spend time, is it?
Especially since, for some odd reason, the Russians are still blamed for Trump becoming president. I don't know. I'm not into all that crap. I could care less. Oh, Twitch viewer, hey, if you're coming on, most of my comments and everything are coming through the YouTube. So if you want, you can watch me on YouTube at Dragon Toes XX. It's easier to see it, and if you're trying to catch up with everybody in the conversation, it's awesome. Our young adults fly to ballet because it's cheap. I was almost. I tried to get with this one chick that was down in Melbourne. Yeah, me and her were talking. We were hitting it off pretty good. Everything was doing alright. And then I found out she had a husband. Things ended really quick between me and her. She was like 8 years older than me. I was just about to buy tickets to fly down to Melbourne and everything. Melbourne, I think. Because she lived like just on the outskirts. Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind going down there. My friend flew there and said that for the Australians it was nothing at all. So, question, Max. Does the Russians still go off of what is it called again? The ruble? I think that's what it was called. I'm fascinated with money. Like all the different types from around the world. I'm fascinated with it. One of the coolest forms of money that was ever made, by my opinion, is way back in the day, the Spartans, I think it was. Their money, they made it out of iron. All of their money was made out of iron because if you went to rob somebody, it weighed more. It made it harder to steal from people. Cool little thing about history. I love history. That's why I want to go to Europe. No. Y'all call it notes. We just call it cash. Yeah, and we got bills. They cannot change the US $1 bill because there's so many in circulation. Just like the penny, they won't get rid of the penny. And in Europe, some parts of Europe have something called a pence. We have a sharply continental climate now. I have to negative 45 and where. Oh, you live near a lake too? Huh. Yeah, and that's one hell of a change. 'Cause you're telling me in Celsius, ain't you? Yeah, I live near Lake Erie. I live like 3 hours from, about three and a half hours from one of the world's largest tourist attractions. Niagara Falls. Actually, it's probably not even 3.5 hours. It's probably about 3 hours to get to Niagara Falls. Canada has very stringent rules up there, I found out. I won't be going back anytime soon. Canada alone is a trip in itself. But yeah, I think it was Commodore Perry on the Brig Niagara, which is the ship that we keep in the park there. Commodore Perry, his famous words were, "Let them have it, boys. Don't give up the ship." I went skiing on Snowy Mountain. The snow was like shaved ice. Oh, we have Peak and Peak, like, I don't know, 30 minutes from where I live. And they have an extended winter because they got the snow machines and everything. And it's kind of pricey up there. That's where my wife and I went for our honeymoon. But it was during the summer, so we did like the zip line and we played like miniature golf, stuff like that, just to get us out of the house. We spent a couple nights up there. But Peak and Peak was really nice. The people that was there, they accommodated us very nicely. They knew that there was a mistake. Ooh, come on, dumbass. Oh man, we don't have anything like that. My two stepkids, they will like never leave the house if they didn't have to. They will just play Minecraft and watch YouTube and stuff like that. They don't even watch my videos. I'm like not cool enough for them. Maybe it's because I'm like their stepdad. I don't know. Oh man, is it past my bedtime? Ugh. It's like it's 2:30 in the morning here. Yeah, believe it or not, it is 2:30 in the morning here. Well, anyhow, if the two of you would like... Good, I'm still here. Well, where I live, when it gets cold enough where your jumper... Well, all in all, what I'm going on is I'm about to be getting off here, so if the two of you would like to subscribe, 5 of you, however many it is that's watching, would like to subscribe to my channel to continue on with this conversation tomorrow, or I should be on tomorrow. I don't think I'll have work until midnight or anything. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, all that fun stuff. You know the drill. But all in all, honestly, I am getting tired. I gotta be up in the morning in just a few hours. The wife and I are trying to get a house, if that, tells you anything. So, all in all, I want to say good night. Thank you for the amazing conversation and everything. But I gotta be bailing, I gotta be going, and I will see all of you later. So as I say every night, good night, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is when you're watching this video. Please be safe and have fun. I will talk with everybody later.